Make sure that we started properly. I think we're good. Okay, now it's good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to say I am sorry for being late today. It's my fault. I mean, it's Gabor's fault also, but no, I'm just kidding. Brother, if you're late, if it's your fault, then nobody will be mad for. Everybody will be mad at me. So yeah. Let's see. Thank you everybody for joining. Hit the like before we start, and yeah, let me introduce our two athletes. I want to say something before we start this podcast and introduction that the whole event and the idea about this super match event that then evolved to be a start of a professional league started by by the idea of you two guys pulling after the last competition or last super matches we had here in Vienna. So I want to say that you are a big reason that this is happening, and I'm very thankful for both of you guys. First, Gabor, can you place the hammer on the table to be more,
Oh yeah, sure. But there's a cat on my lap. 1 second.
Look, I will introduce you.
You can also place the cat on the table.
I will
You don't need
introduce
the
you,
hammer.
and I will introduce when you come in with the hammer. Look, so this man is a multiple Hungarian national champion, and this year he placed 5th at the Europeans and 8th at the WAF Worlds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Joker, Gabor Szakacs. Very nice. Big applause.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much for being here. I mean, it's an honor to me to be here and be showcased in your podcast. It's a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming, my friend. His opponent.
Can I put it down?
You can put it down. You can put it down.
I can put it down.
His opponent, the next competitor here today, is the youth man Serbian national champion. Also, he won multiple tournaments in Austria, where he is currently living. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has also won this year at Swiss Open, the youth man category, and placed 2nd in the seniors category. Please welcome prowess Denis Gruber. Big applause.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate the words.
Guys, look at this. As the podcast evolved, first podcast I said, to Nemanja and to Chris that I'm very excited about the match, but I cannot be more excited about the match than this match right here, because not only because of you two guys, because it means a lot to me. I want to see it. You two guys training very hard. And I want to start the question first with Gabor, my friend. How did you feel first time when we showed you the idea of pulling Denis, and then when it evolved to this what it became today, a league, you going up the classes, two categories above your category, you're pulling at the Europeans and Worlds. What are your feelings about this match?
Yeah, first of all, for those that don't that watch the podcast and don't know and not familiar with me, I usually pull 85 kg at the Europeans World Championships in Hungary. I sometimes pull 85 kg, but usually I go up to 95 kg. And this match is going to be, the weight cap is 105 kg. I don't know how heavy Denis is going to come in. Probably around the 100 kgs. I'm probably going to be around like 92 kgs. Yes, I'm very excited because anthropometrically, Denis is a very different opponent than normally the guys are that I face. He's much longer, long levers, big hand. I usually face really strong guys, so I don't think I'm going to be unfamiliar with the level of strength that he represents. But yes, it's going to be hard to get around the levers and the girth and whatever that he's going to bring to the table. I know Denis. We've known each other for like a year, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We've pulled, right? Something like that. We've
Yeah, we
pulled.
pulled, but we actually never pulled on right for real. Like we have pulled once on Arms of Steel on left after a competition, and I was
Yeah.
not competing there. I was not in my prime shape. I was like 3 weeks after
Uh-huh.
the Swiss Open. I'm sorry, and yeah, it was very interesting to see. I
After the
was
Swiss
pretty
Open, where you had a great match with Peter Seles.
yeah. I was very like surprised by the level of arm power with Gabor. Hand wise, I was expecting something similar, but his arm power is definitely up there. Like definitely up there. I was very impressed.
Of course, we cannot look up some after polls.
Of
on
course, of course.
uh,
That's just the first introduction to us pulling, so that's why it was interesting.
Gabor known to be very strong in all of directions, but mainly his focus in the if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Gabor, in the last year was really focusing on something similar that Todd Hutchings is doing, and
I do
focusing.
something like him, but like I try to add much more pronation because I try to be careful with my elbows as I had some injuries back in the day. I really try to develop my elbows to the level where I don't have to be worried about it. But even though I try to condition the tendons, the ligaments, I still want to kind of ease the pressure on it, first of all. And
Mhm.
secondly, I think it's just simply more efficient to add as much pronation as possible. I'm already now kind of okay with the fact that I'm not going to dominate in the hand area, in the cupping department, like any of the top guys in the world, because it's just not strong enough, right? But I'm willing to let it go, to give it up, or at least better said, I'm willing to like just be okay with the fact that I'm not going to be able to cup, but I try to not let it bend back, and to go into negative. And with like a straight wrist, I go sideways and add as much pronation as possible. That's what I try to do, like posting, pronation, and side pressure. It's quite simple, but I think it's highly effective.
I agree. I agree.
It is very effective. One more question for Gabor, then we're gonna move to Denis. Gabor, you at Prague at the last competition, we also saw each other. You faced a guy from Norway that is
Yeah,
not only looking like Denis, but is, let's say, pulling similarly like Denis, in my opinion, with a
Frank.
little bit less power and smaller hand and a little bit shorter leverage. What is did you try to compare him to Denis a little bit when you faced him? Did you have this in your head? Because back in Prague, you also knew about Super Match. We already talked about it. What was your feeling pulling this guy? You pulled him in the
You
finals on
know,
the right arm.
yes, yeah, I know. You're talking about Frank. I know
Yes.
the guy. Um, he's a strong Viking. We also pulled left-handed and right-handed. You know, the problem is that his hand was quite sore after his
Mm.
match with Slobodan, where he didn't want to let Slobodan slip because he knew that in the strap Slobodan with that nasty open arm, what the fuck ever that is, it's just a
Serbian King's
nightmare.
move, my friend.
That's not a king's move. I don't know it's like a Slobodan move, and really, and it's really so nasty, uncomfortable, and he didn't want to deal with that
Yeah.
thing, that whatever. So he tried to not let Slobodan slip, and it worked. Slobodan could not slip out of his hand, but it was taxing on his wrist and fingers not to let Slobodan slip. So his hand was obviously not fresh for our match. So I really don't want to draw any conclusions of that match because he was not what he could have been. Okay. And it was not in my mind to compare him to Denis, but
No.
now that you say it would have been logical, yes, because he had like a puffy thumb, he had a big hand, he looked really hand dominant. He looked really strong. He had quite some side pressure. But yeah, I would really like to pull that guy fresh for fresh one day because it's just interesting to me.
Um,
I'm really good at not answering your questions, right?
no. You answered it your way. It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Then going to Denis. Denis, you have been studying this guy very much. Comparing
I do.
him, trying
I do.
to emulate him in the training. Trying to emulate him in the training. So because like everybody
Yeah.
know, I don't know if everybody knows, we're in the same training camp at the same gym, training together. We will.
Yeah,
We were
it's an
trying to.
unbiased interview. It's an impartial interview. It's easy.
Definitely, it's totally objective. There's no like
Super
friendships
objective.
involved.
Look, man,
Of course.
I was pretty much, in the middle. I'm just asking. I just wanna,
Excuses.
yeah, man. And when five guys were holding you at the side, Dennis, you were blasting five guys in the back and cracking their wrists and breaking their arms. So I don't know how Gabor feels about this,
Yeah.
but
I've
I
sent
don't
quite a few
care.
guys to
I don't
hospital.
care.
Yeah.
I'm not those five guys. I'm a different guy. I was not
Of
there.
course. Of course. You
No,
will
just
be.
kidding.
You
Just
will be.
kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
What was your feeling when the match got introduced to you, and as it comes closer, how do you feel, and what do you think your chances are in I don't want to say in which direction is, because I
Yeah.
suppose you don't want to give
Of course.
everything away, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So coming into this match, I'm first time I actually saw Gabor pull in person was against Alexander. And I know Alexander is very good, and I was quite impressed. But I saw some things that I can maybe exploit. If he comes stronger but pulls in a similar style, I think I can exploit some things. I think I'm very technical, I'm very fast. And my biggest concern, as you also know, because we trained together, especially like 6-7 months ago, was my arm was weak. My hand was good, but my arm was definitely giving out. And that was my biggest issue. So at certain level, you can't just beat guys with having a dominant hand. You need to have something behind it. So coming into this match, I know how strong my arm needs to be, and I need to be comfortable everywhere. And I think me and Gabor will agree on this, that stylistically, he's the worst thing that I want to pull, the last guy I want to pull. And stylistically, I think I'm very close to him. I think like stylistically, I'm the worst possible opponent for him, and he's the same for me.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
and that's where I think it's gonna be really interesting. I think if I can stop the match and prolong the match, and he gives me an opportunity to readjust, I think it's gonna be very hard to go through. But we'll see. Like I really can't say. I'm training my best. I'm not injured. Like I've been struggling with an elbow injury since last October, a bit before last Arms of Steel. I had a big injury like on inner elbow, which is fortunately gone. So I'm able to train, and I just
Nice.
literally came
I'm
back.
happy to hear it. I'm happy to
Yeah,
hear it.
I'm also happy to come into the match with no injuries. So not even to myself I can give excuses. I'm not going to give excuses if I lose to anyone, but not even for myself, I don't have any excuse. If he beats me, he was better.
That is very nice to hear. Always, guys, to go a little bit off top. I mean, not off topic, but yesterday we had a great event. I mean, yesterday we had a lot of great events that were organized on the same day, but one
Yeah,
of
Arm
the
Havoc, King of the
Yeah,
Table.
yeah,
was I saw some competitions also in Slovakia. You said you had some competitions in Hungary.
There was a Polish competition as well. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
King of the Table. Yesterday, I saw a match that I think is possible to go like your match will go, like I see it in my head, and that's Barbora's match. Gabor,
Oh,
you saw.
I'm also called almost the same as Gabby. I guess you probably want to draw like make an analogy between
yeah,
Denis and Barbara and Gabby and myself.
yeah.
No,
But
man.
what if I take Denis's wrist? That's a scenario that none of you think about, but
If you
I
take
think
Denis's
it's
wrist,
entirely possible.
it's not
Maybe,
impossible, of
maybe,
course.
maybe.
It's not impossible, of course. But this is what went through my head. So you say you don't think it's gonna go that way, Gabor. You think
I
that's the
don't.
worst case scenario for you, or what do you think?
No, I actually don't plan on losing my wrist and go sideways like that. It is, of course, there. That is well within my arsenal to go sideways without my wrist. But it's really not my plan. My plan is to secure my to if if I lose the bottom two fingers, that's
Mhm.
okay. But I really don't think, I hope, and that's what I train for. And now I'm giving away my cards, but like what I train for is to not lose uh my index finger and my ring finger. Okay, so if this gets loose, it's okay. But this, I think I'm quite comfortable to say that it will just stay like this. And if it stays like this, and I have my post and I have my pronation, then I'm okay. And I think that I can even take Denis's post. He might be able to pull with a little bit compromised wrist and like bent. I mean, not like a sunken wrist like this.
Yeah,
Um, but I think that my side pressure like this will be enough to overpower his side pressure and back pressure. That's just, it's not even my plan. I hope this to be the worst case scenario. That's the mentality that which I come into this match with.
Okay. Dennis, what are your thoughts after hearing this from Gabor?
so many people think I train my riser a lot and I pull through it a lot, but if you watch my matches, I'm not just a posting top roller. Like very often I'm using so many different things, and I have options that I have fortunately didn't need to show them on competitions. I actually I showed like that I have even a flop press, like even on a defensive and an offensive move, and I have basically everything that you can possibly wish for in terms of stylistic. But I think I'm very comfortable with not just pulling like a posting style top roll. Especially, I know coming into the match that someone with a shorter arm has a leverage advantage to get the riser. I'm quite aware of that.
Exactly.
Like the shorter you are, the easier it is to keep the riser high.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. So I'm very, very, very comfortable having my wrist a bit down. Of course, not fully. I'm not giving it up, but I'm very comfortable also without a hand. But I think even if I beat Gabor or he beats me, it's not gonna be 3-0, 3-0. I think no matter who wins, it's gonna be a war every single round. And that's what I'm looking for.
I think so too. That's why your match is also that high on the card.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a banger match, really interesting to watch for everybody, and I'm super looking forward to it. Guys, we have let's say we have 20 guys watching live now, so I wanted to encourage them to tell me in the comments who they think will win this amazing battle.
Yeah, let's do a vote. Let's do a poll.
And by the poll, we will know basically.
Of course,
You
of
don't
Of
course.
even
course,
need to
please,
vote.
sure.
If it's 11-9, that means 100% that person is gonna win, right?
Exactly.
100%.
Even if it's 11-10, easy.
Yeah, of course.
Gabor, you had the competition yesterday. You pulled. Tell me how did it went, and do you see some of the progress from your hard work training at the
I
competition?
certainly do some of the progress that I made. The thing is that I was not at my peaked form now. So my training plan is organized in a way that it goes until the 18th of January.
Exactly.
And that's where the cycle ends. And then I will be in peak shape. In terms of raw strength, I am really good now. But there are some fine tuning to the game left. I am not that fast now. My body is very fast at adapting to circumstances. And whenever I stop training plyometrics, whenever I stop training explosive starts, it just fades away within weeks. And I haven't been training for explosive starts in the last like 3-4 weeks since the Prague competition, and so I just kind of lost it. And although I was really good at raw strength, I actually managed to win both-handed 95 kg Hungarian competition. Um, Left both-handed during the prelims, I was very dominant. Left-handed, only flash pins. Right-handed, there was one guy, uh, Zsolt Fabian, with whom right-handed I had a good match because he, for some reason, I don't know how, but people just keep coming up with these newly developed king's moves, and he was also one of them. And he happens to have now a king's move, and he got me there few centimeters above the pin pad, like for 3-4 surges, and then I was able to finish him for the fifth one, something like this. So we had a good match in the prelims, right-handed as well. But then I felt like I was really strong, and I kind of, I lost the fire. And for the finals, I came in sort of relaxed and left-handed. I lost to him the first match, and I had to come back for the second one to win. Right-handed, I won for the first try, but I needed like 2-3 surges again. I think that it was partly due to the reason that I stopped training explosive starts, because the guy, when it comes to static strength, he's really good. He's really good, especially in the bicep area. Um, but yeah, this form of mine that was present at that competition yesterday, I would not be comfortable with that shape coming in to the competition against Denis on the 18th of January. But as I said, there will be some fine tuning in the upcoming weeks. So I think I will be much more complete on the day of the competition.
I would like to pull the best version of Gabor, and if I lose to that, I'm like I have no bad words for Gabor before this or after this. I just can't wait for our fight. I want it to be the match of the night. I want that to be a war, and I want that to be from every single go. And
Yes.
Match of the night
I
gets
also,
50,000 euros, like in
of course,
That's nice. That's really nice. Really. I think we should make it 75, and then I'm coming. Really.
yeah, 75 euros or 1,000 euros.
Look, guys, I don't want to talk too much, but End of the year looks beautiful. Next
Yeah.
year, the whole year, but end of next year looks very good.
Yeah.
Dennis, you had also competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
you pulled in 3 categories.
Yeah.
We posted 2 categories. One category we didn't post to keep Gabor, thinking. He had a match in open with
Against Georgi
Georgi
Cvetkov, and he
Cvetkov.
needed to flop press me, you know? Like
Georgi
What?
Cvetkov. Georgi
Cvetkov
Dennis
needed to
takes
flop
first.
press me.
What? Oh, what are you joking? What?
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. No,
But he had a
I
match
think
with
I would have
Georgi,
needed.
really.
I think I would have needed to shoot him with like a whale harpoon, and
Yes,
he would
probably,
probably
probably.
just scratch himself, and like it's okay, like a toothpick, you know. No, it felt like he is just amazing, you know. I don't necessarily see a point of him competing, but he likes the trophies, so he just came and swiped everyone. Yeah. But I wanted to say about that competition, me and Alexa went together. Alexa also performed amazing. He had the biggest and probably the hardest category on the competition. There was like 35 guys or 33 guys in his category, and he lost only to 2 guys that are like 20 kilos above him.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that's very, very,
Impressive.
very, very impressive. About my competition, as Gabor also said for yesterday, he didn't go fully peaked. I just went there to see where I am. The strongest guy, Nemanja Grujic, that's competing also on Lion Pride Arm Wrestling League in January. He was not there, so everybody besides him was, and I was so interested to pull first time in 100 kg in Serbia, because up to this nationals I was 90 kilos. I was pulling in 90 kilos this year, and I'm quite like confused now with the categories. Should I go in 95? Should I go 100, 105? So we'll see. But about that competition, I didn't go peaked. I just went to see how am I. Went better than expected. In juniors and seniors, I didn't lose a single match, a single round. So
Nice,
I
nice.
was quite delighted with that. And thanks God I didn't get really sore or I didn't get injured. So I was able to not stop with the training and just continue. So I think I'll come a lot better in some areas than when I was on that competition. Same as Gabor said, fine tunings, and I hope that will be enough.
A very important question. Who has the better endurance?
Me. It's easy.
I would.
You know it, bro. I have the better endurance.
Look, of course. But I would hardly dispute my endurance because of the way I train. I'm so much on the table, and I'm pulling weaker guys and new guys, and I'm pulling for hours and hours on end. And I have even when I pull the strong guys, and with little breaks, I'm really not getting pumped, and my endurance is really up on a good level. So we'll see. And I think I'm able to recover pretty good in between the rounds. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hope so. Good to hear that.
So, Gabor, you think you have more power? You think you have more endurance? What is left for Denis?
Nothing, nothing really. The second place.
Oh, why do we have a match then? Why do we have a match?
Now, I come into this match with expecting, expecting the worst, but hoping for the best.
Same. I agree.
I really want to think. I really want to convince myself that I have a better endurance than you. I am stronger. I'm more powerful. I'm faster. I'm
learning from Devon, huh?
Sure, of course, but I will be ready for anything, really. If you come in and surprise me with some otherworldly level of strength that I have barely anything to do with, I'm also prepared for that. Okay?
Same.
But
I'm prepared
really
to fight.
Not.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping
you can hope. You can hope, But no, all jokes aside, I'm coming there to fight with everything I have to the last inch. I'm not gonna, no matter how pumped or whatever the fuck happens, I'm gonna pull every inch of that match, and it's not gonna be an easy day. I can promise you that.
Nice. Okay. I'm in for a ride.
I have a question for Denis. Denis, how much does it mean to you to represent the head competitor of this club, the t-shirt you're wearing? How much does it mean to you?
Like this whole thing, it's ridiculous to even talk about. Like I can't be happier. I said it on the last event, you know, just the fact that this club was open this year and it feels so long ago. We have gone as a team through so much this year, a lot of competitions, a lot of struggles, a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. We have gone through so much. I really feel like this is a family. This is not a club. This is not a team. This is a family. Every single guy that goes there, I consider him a brother. And you on a as a head of this club and as a leader of this club, it's just an honor to have you on my team, and it's an honor to pull in this event, let alone be the head of Lion Pride, you know? And it means a lot just to pull, but it will mean even more to win if I can win. We'll see. But it will mean a lot because it's probably the start of the biggest league, and I hope really like that. This is going to be the biggest league in Europe. And for me to pull the first event and win that match in front of everybody that's going to come, my family, my girlfriend, whatever, it's going to mean a lot. And I'm going to do my absolute best to win that match.
Gabor, what about you? What
Yeah, I would also be happy to win the match in front of Denis's family, really. No, jokes aside. I see the trajectory of of um, of your organization, and
guys, I'm
later
sorry,
on here-
I need just to leave for 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
I'm back in 30 seconds.
So it's really a special thing to be there at the beginning of something, you know, at minute 0, at the first steps. And it really seems to me like when it, you know, when it comes to determination, heart, professionality, that the potential this thing holds is great. I want to see this little plant bloom as a beautiful flower in a year or 2 years or maybe 3 years, but I think eventually, due to the determination and the love and, you know, the cohesion of the parts within the parts that I mean the people that build up this organization, this eventually will be something beautiful. And it's just, again, so special to be there at minute 0, at the first steps.
I have a question for you. What do you think is going to be the hardest thing to make this league mainstream, or let's say viewed like with so many people, like East versus West?
Can I say? Okay.
Gabor.
Sorry.
I think you really have to maneuver around interests. So you really have to watch out not to hurt anybody else's interests.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing, because everything else is just given. You know, we are here. I really see that you are a family, but I kind of also consider myself as like a cousin.
100%.
And
100%.
and I love to be around you guys because you're just a loving community, and because of this respect and love towards each other, I think the number one thing that is needed for something like this to happen is, as I said, cohesion, co-working, you know. And this is just given because we don't compete with each other, you know, to have the fame, to have the whatever, the money, the success for ourselves as individuals, but because we love each other, we see each other as part of the same thing, and we want the thing to succeed and
Exactly.
not individually ourselves. I think everything else is given. So just let's maneuver swiftly and smartly among the interests of other people, and we will just find a way that is good for
Yeah.
us and good for the others as well, and then everything is
Yeah.
going to just be okay.
Yeah.
Look, man, I want to say before I move on this topic, just for a little bit to talk like two more things about it. First thing before I did anything was contacting Engin Terzi and asking Engin Terzi, the guy who allowed me to go to East versus West, to be there to meet all those athletes who and to meet Neil Pickup, a guy who motivated me to do this in the first place. I contacted him and asked him if he would have a problem with it, if it's okay for him, and what if something is a problem for him, how can we solve the problem? And he told me, of course, if we don't cross with East versus West, or let's say Devon, you're our next competitor in the next event, which I'm really not interested, because this is not the point of the league. The point of the league is to show you guys to the world. And he said doesn't have anything against it, so I'm extremely happy about it. This was the first step. Second step was to, let's say, organize everything, make it look professional. And the third thing, and the step that Engin did after 3 years of East versus West, was to bring in some guys who know business and who will help him to spread East versus West, not just for people, what he did, to spread to people who love arm wrestling, and let's say get some sports guys into the sport, but to spread it to the whole world, to guys who will take, I don't know, take their popcorn and sit down and eat popcorn, watch arm wrestling, and that's it. Don't take and do singles or do, I don't know, exercise or arm wrestle like we did yesterday, for example, and watching King of the Table. Guys who will be interested to watch this event, because uh, when you compare it, let's say, to the biggest sport in the world, to football, from 100% of the viewers from the football, not even 20% are football players, really. The others are just fans. And the point is to bring fans who are, just going to watch and be there to watch and support the sport. I'm
I would
partnering.
argue that when it comes to football, it's probably below like 1%.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you get the point. And
Yeah.
I'm partnering with a great marketing company, which will help me to reach this, and that's why I think I'm on the right way to partner and start from the beginning and do it as professional it's as it's possible. And I have the most important thing in the world, and that is you guys, your trust, and your heart that you will put in every event, that which I know that will be like this, because as the event progresses, you guys will have more and more prize money and more reason to be there, and eventually I hope it will be the most important competition in your whole arm wrestling schedule. And yeah, we will at the end make this, yeah, very important and very
Relevant. Yeah.
crowded, and so on and so on. This is the, let's say, the idea behind everything. So
I think arm wrestlers generally are so used to competing for, no money
for nothing. I know.
that of course, like the financial incentive it can play an important role, and it will be a nice bonus if we see this happening. And of course, my dream, probably almost everybody's dream, is to be able to just do arm wrestling and not having to work 40, 50 hours besides arm wrestling weekly, but just to
100%.
concentrate on that because
100%.
it will. But why is it our dream? Because it would elevate our level, right? Not because
100%.
we, you
100%.
know, we want
Just
to
the
arm
sheer amount of
wrestle.
time, yeah.
Exactly, of course. We want to just spend as much time as possible with this so we can spend more time with this.
Doing this, yeah, basically, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
This is the goal. This is the goal.
Yeah.
We have a strategy that we will follow, and maybe we will have this conversation in the end of the next year, and with not just a view and some beliefs, but with the reality. It's really my belief, and we talked about it, Gabor. If you believe in something and you are you have the courage enough to speak it, eventually, and you do the work, eventually it has to happen, man. It has to happen, and
Yeah.
I will give everything I have. I
You already do.
I already do.
Yeah.
I give away a lot of my training. I give a lot of way of my family time and stuff to make this work. But I think it will be worth it 100%. And yeah, let's see how this evolves.
I wanted just to say that even if for some magical reason this doesn't end up as big as we wanted, what we gain from this is friendships that will last for the whole life. And we'll have something that we all love and we all do, not because of the interest, but because of something that we purely enjoy. We all came into this sport. Everybody that's doing this sport, I think nobody started just because they wanted money. They all started because they really loved this sport, and the community is.
It would be a really dumb thing to start it for money.
No, of course, but many people started football for that reason, or basketball, or other sports. This sport is at the level, and that's why I think that's the stupid thing to say, but no money in arm wrestling, I think for some period of time was a blessing, because you know that when you come, you know that when you come to some competition, everybody that's there and everybody is competing is there because they love it. And that changes the atmosphere, and that reflects on the whole community. Wherever we went, Serbia, Hungary, Slovakia, Turkey, everybody is so loving. Why? Because we have something in common that we love. And I think that if you put between me and Gabor like 100,000 euros, and of course I'm gonna hate him if he wins, but like this,
but I'm gonna split the money anyways.
We'll see about that. But I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful for this sport just existing, and the friends that I made through this sport. It's a life-changing, definitely. It's life-changing.
Guys, very special times, very special times. I'm really happy to have you, to have the other 20 competitors in the event, and I'm also looking forward to spending times with you after the event, before the event, Friday, because everybody will arrive on Friday, probably. Slovakian guys maybe not, and Czech guys maybe not. Let's see, but we will do some short like interviews, videos, and stuff also for people to know. The event will be on the 18th of January in Vienna, Austria. Tickets available still. I'm very happy to say that we sold half of the arena already.
Really nice. We have more than a month to go.
And look,
really
and every ticket that was sold on personal contact. When I post the link for selling tickets, that everybody can just click and reserve their ticket, will be much easier for everybody, of course. But I wanted to the idea with which I and my partner had, that it's very important to get arm wrestlers and arm wrestling fans in the beginning and in the front rows, so you can feel the energy from the heart, from the arm wrestlers and arm wrestling fans, and of course to fill the room with arm wrestlers, but at first to get them to come, and it's going very good. The event will probably, which I wanted to say also, the event will probably start at 4 or 5 p.m. We will see with the schedule. I have to calculate everything, but this is the start time. Pay-per-view link will come soon. We're discussing with the pay-per-view company. Maybe they will come to record at something similar like Core Sports, or it will be for members only at the Lion Pride Arm Wrestling YouTube channel. Gabor, do you have some last words for your opponent in January? To say now.
Sure, Denis. Let's kill it, bro. Let's kill it.
100%. 100%.
Let's kill it.
Agree.
Let's kill it.
Yeah.
I love you, but I want you to come up to the table as though you would hate me. I would be your fiercest enemy. You know, you wanna kill me. I will want to rip your arms off, bro. I love you, but I will wanna rip your arms off. Really.
How else? How else to come to the table? How else? I'll come there and I think I'll bring something that you haven't experienced. Nice. I think I'll bring something that no matter win or lose, you'll go home and be like, holy shit, what was this?
I'm in. I'm also in for a surprise. You better know that. And I give you a clue. The clue is setup.
I look, I don't want to sound.
He takes the setup when we train.
Look,
so...
what I want to say is that I don't want to sound like I have a huge ego or I'm narcissist, but I haven't lost a setup in last 2.5 years.
Maybe that's yesterday good. Against me on the left arm.
Yeah, besides Alex is the only one beating me in the setup. But when nobody's watching, you know. No, all jokes aside, that's one of my biggest parts of the game. So setup is something that I'm working on every single day.
I thought it was obvious for you that I know.
Of course, 100%.
I thought it was obvious for you that I know what is your relationship to the setup, and that's why I said.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Look, I think like the way I see Gabor now, and he looks probably the same. Now he's up there and I'm here, but the closer the match gets, like it levels out. I need to put him so high in order for me to have the fire to train every single day like a maniac. No matter of the pain, no matter of how exhausted I am, no matter how sore I am, I'm training every single day. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice, really nice.
I'm going through the comments and I see a lot of Denis fans. Gabor, where are your fans, my friend?
Really? Are you joking with me?
Gabor is losing 100. Look. Gabor is losing 100%.
Where are you, my mates?
They don't have internet. Maybe in Hungary, they don't have the internet.
Rachen, Denis for the win and crowns. What is this?
Guys,
what is this, my friend?
Where
are the Hungarians,
I don't know, man.
Where are the Hungarians?
They know where they are on Horgos border. They can't get through for 17 hours.
Brother, what is this border? Really? The border is crazy. We went last time from Serbia to
there was
Austria.
6 cars. We waited 3 hours.
6 cars. We waited like 3 hours, man. I come to the border. The guy presses my car like this, gets in, searches the seats. I'm like, what is this? Are we, short hair? I'm looking like a drug addict or what is this, drug dealer?
I want to say something about this trip. When we're leaving the Austria, and normally on Austrian border, nobody ever stops you. The guy stops us, and Alexa says, I hope you don't have anything in your bag that looks suspicious.
But wait a second. You know how he stopped us? I'm driving like normally, and a guy runs in front of our car, police guy. Oh, stop. And I was like, it's over, man. It's over. He does something I don't know, and
we're in prison. Yeah, and then he takes our passports, he looks at mine, gives it back. Alexa takes him out of the car, open the back, and in bag I have creatine in a fucking box.
I knew it.
Look, thanks God, Alexa saw it, so he opened the bag the way that it can't be seen. But it was like Alexa got in the car and was like this next 10 minutes.
This is crazy. We have one guy rooting for Gabor. I'm here
What's
for
his name?
Gabor, crushing this guy, Bruno.
Bruno. Oh.
Okay. Who else?
My Brazilian
else?
friend. Nice.
Termoto with the comments. And last question, and we will end this. Can we get some glimpse of the fight? Where do both competitors see the match going? Gabor, starting with you. Where do you see the match going? Let's say first round, third round, and last round.
First 2 rounds flash pin for me. How many rounds I have to win?
3.
3 rounds. Then third round, maybe my wrist buckles I have to press.
Okay.
3-0.
Denis?
I see the match where first round is going to be very difficult.
Okay.
But if I stop the match and there's any opportunity for adjustments, I think I'm faster. That's the thing. I think I'm faster, and I think I'll be on the offensive side. I think he can bring me back. But if I have the ability to readjust, I think I'll gas him out very quickly. That's one of my things that I do. Like I know how to gas people out very quickly. And if I'm allowed to adjust, and if he doesn't have the raw power to just finish the match without any opportunity for me to defend it, then I'm in troubles. But if I can stop the match in a somewhat good position, it's gonna be a very, very, very difficult day for you. And I think you're aware of that. It's like I think you and me both have very open cards, so to say. Not, of course, not all the details, but we both know what our strengths are and what is the worst case scenario and what is the best case scenario. And that's why I love this match. There is no like very big secrets. We know what we're kind of bringing to the table, approximately.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
We know each other's weaknesses, so to say. So we'll see. I'm very interested. I'm very interested.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, January 18th, 2025, Vienna, Austria, match number 9, Gabor Szakacs against Denis Gruber. If you don't have the chance to come, bad for you. Turn in and buy the pay-per-view link. Link's coming soon. Don't miss this match. It's gonna be fire. In my opinion, maybe one of the most interesting matches of the night. I mean, every match is interesting for me, but in every podcast, I will say the most interesting match of the night. So just so you guys know.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
Can I just say? I just wish that he's healthy. Like, I wish him all the best. I wish him the best possible preparations, and I wish that he's healthy. I don't want to pull the 90% of Gabor. I want him to come the best possible. Like,
nice, you hungry, bro? I'm also hungry.
Yeah.
I'm from Hungary, you know. Always
That's
hungry.
why you're hungry. That's why you're hungry.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay. Thank
nice.
you. Nice.
That looks like a nice meal.
Nice meal. Maybe too much for you to bite.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, I think I will have 3 rounds.
We'll see.
I don't have to finish it for 1.
You don't.
Let's think who has bigger forearms.
I did that.
My forearms look small because my hand is simply too big, you know? Like, it's too big, so my forearm looks small.
Yeah.
Measurements? Gabor, you have measurements?
I think it's 40.
Denis?
We measured yesterday. My forearm like this was like 42 or so, 42 and a half.
Wow. Then you won.
Yeah, basically.
At least
You shouldn't even come. You're gonna be lost on the border. You're not even gonna come to the event. You know? I'm kidding.
Considering the rules, I ended the podcast, but we will move on just for this one more topic. Considering the rules, rules will be the same rules as, let's say, yesterday at King of the Table, so you guys know.
Yeah.
Elbow pads?
The sides, elbow pads, same elbow pads like WAF.
okay.
Sites will be decided the day of the event. We will, before the event even starts, because everybody will be there in the morning. We will toss coins and decide who will be which side, to be fair.
Yeah.
Gabor, you cannot bring your Hungarian coins. We will throw euros. No, just kidding. Guys,
Also,
thank you for joining.
okay. Pause. No, nothing. It's okay.
Thank you guys for joining. I will see you probably in 2 days. For tomorrow, I'm discussing a podcast. If it's possible, we will come tomorrow. If not, in 2 days, we will have Andrea Šimić and Marcus Liebinger here on
Nice.
live.
Whoa,
be
that's
very
gonna be
interesting.
huge. That's gonna be huge.
Join
Nice,
in.
nice, really nice.
7:30 CET, probably. Have to announce it yet, but I think it's finalized. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Kisses.
Kisses for the ladies or for who? Oh my god.
For you two guys.
We're
Yeah.
done.